get found. The nurse spoke up and leave this one alone. Tell right away that I was bad to the bone. Bad to the bone. Bad to the bone. Bad.
Hello and welcome to the Moni Plus Go-Kart Championship. Race 4 in the nation's capital, Port Moresby, sees most of the karters back. Dan Geoghegan of SBS Electrical is back from duty travel, lifting the competition to another level. Steve Bruin of Newford struggled in the last heat of race 3. Still, he leads the Moni Plus Kart Championship points table on 72 points. Followed closely by Christian on 62 points, Leon Nguyen on 58 points, Dan Geoghegan 1 point behind Leon Nguyen on the 4th place with 57 points, and 5th Clint Assam on 29 points.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. I had a drive gear fail on the engine. I was second place, nipping at the heels of Christian, and lost drive. It was unfortunate, but it's a simple maintenance cost me the position. But anyway, we got it fixed, and a bit closer look at the go-kart. We're ready to go today, so we should do well.
It will be just like any other day. I still believe Chris will be ahead today. Dan and Leon and Steve. But remember last race we had the ladies taking part as well. And Christy did exceptionally well. She won a race and she basically came second overall. So we cannot write the ladies off. Today it's also Jess's first race. Sorry. It'll be Jess's first race with the men as well. She's nervous and everything else, but it's good to be nervous. It means you're competitive.
I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit nervous. Just that first corner, when the checker flag goes down in that first corner, that one makes me a little bit nervous with a big pack. But I guess once we get past that, we can just start doing our own race kind of thing and go from there.
That's okay. Brings me back down to earth and makes me work harder for it. We'll see how today goes. The track's pretty good. It's not too slippery. It was at the start, but everyone's warmed it up, so looking good.
I'm in a different kart today, so I'm trying to get used to the braking and the steering in the new kart. So I'm not too sure how I'll go, but excited to get back out there and give it another go.
Yeah, of course. Excited this week. I'm concentrating on my line, so my practice times were good, so hopefully I don't get too nervous and that goes out the window. Anyway, pumped for this 4th race, and yeah, hopefully you're gonna have some fun as always. Not get lapped too many times. Anyway, here we go, race number 4.
Yeah, bad luck on the finals, the last round. In the second heat, I lost the nut for my clutch. It's somewhere on the track, so I couldn't find a replacement in time. So this round, I now have it back. And hopefully do a lot better than I did last round.
Andy Butler, who got his first podium in the last race, is quietly confident he can rub it with the big boys.
Let's see. Now that we have all the drivers back, to be honest, there's no chance of a podium, but I'd like to think I'd be midway. And let's see. Let's hope I don't break down. I'll try my best.
Dan Geoghegan of SBS Electrical qualified in P1 with a time of 49.051 seconds. P2 is Christian On-Track Racing with a time of 49.575 seconds. P3 is Newford Powerman Steve Bruin with 50.192 seconds. P4 Andrew Law of Mountain Dew On-Track Racing, and rounding the top 5 Clint Assam of Digital Racing. The ladies qualifier sees Jess Geoghegan of SBS Electrical having the edge over Christy Homan of On-Track Racing in P1 with a time of 50.489 seconds and Christy on 50.637 seconds. Kiara Fry is on P3 with 58.324 seconds. Because it is a mixed race, the ladies will race together with the men with the qualified times achieved by merit. Dan Geoghegan took advantage of his P1 position and shot out of the blocks, heading towards the first hairpin. Clint Assem collecting cones as the group jostled for placings. Second after Dan after the first lap is Steve. Running third is Chris and fourth woman driver Christy Homan. A collision and spun out by Matthew Knights and Jeremy Fry ended the race for Jeremy. Leon Nguyen of RLK Media and Boo Racing also had his share of bad luck. The rest of the race continued without much drama as Dan easily winning the race with Christian having to take over Steve claiming the second position and Steve on third, Clint on fourth, Jess Geoghegan on fifth.
My tie rod fell off. So when that comes off, you got no steering. So that's racing.
Oh, some irregular driving, but that's okay. That's okay. We've got something to work on.
Yeah, the ladies were really quick. You know, trying to not make a mistake and catch up to them. Oh, it's just, I don't know. It's the beauty of racing. So enjoyable.
Yeah, it was a good start, and then at some point I just got two people overtake me, but I just tried to keep up and yeah, couldn't get them in the end, but yeah, it was good.
I was lucky. I saw Steve come up behind me on that first corner and give me a little love tap. Yeah, I don't know what happened. It was smooth. Chris and Steve were there. I just must have got that corner jump on them and just held the lead. So it was a good race. There's a couple of karts I think came off to some parts bugger up, but I think all in all it's really good to see the women's out there driving with the men as well. They're very competitive this year. So let's see how race 2 goes.
Yeah, there's always competition here. These guys are always fast. We've got a lot of karts today and it's showing, today there's a lot of race pace today, and I think it's going to be really exciting for Heat 2 and also the final race, because you see the driver confidence has gone up. It's now round 4, and everyone's skill level has gone up. Everyone's used to the karts. They got more seat time in the karts, so everyone's going faster and faster. And so I suppose the guys that are at the top 4 or 5, they're sitting at the top already, but everyone is now catching up, and so it's like an even playing field now, and so it makes it a really exciting race. So I think there's always going to be competition. Everyone's going to have a good day and everyone's going to have a bad day. So as long as it's a fun race, that's all that really matters at the moment. So yeah, it should be good.
Andy Butler with the P1 advantage took the early lead in the reverse grid of the Moni Plus Go-Kart Championship. Right behind him around the first hairpin is Christy Homan and Dan Geoghegan. Meanwhile, Dan spun out, resulting in Clint crashing into him. Race Marshal Yanis Nicolau had the red flag up, causing the race to stop. This allows Clint to move his kart away from the racing track. The stoppage allowed the more experienced drivers to push the girls behind as Christian caught up with Andy, who is still leading the race. The force was not with Steve of Newport as he continued to slide, slip and hit cones. The informed Andy Butler finished Heat 2 in a commanding lead, his first ever to win a race. Christy Homan second, Third is a teammate Christian, fourth Dan, and Andrew Law fifth.
That was exciting. Very, very happy. Let's see how I go on the third run, because now no energy, it's all gone.
You can feel Christian.
I can hear them right up behind me.
Giving you lap taps.
Yes. Number one position.
I was trying to take the inside line because I noticed Steve and Dan were going wide, so I tried to take the inside line. I came around the bend and I think Dan spun. Steve avoided him, but I think when Dan spun, he came across the track. I had nowhere to go and I went straight into him. And you can see the damage, pretty much broken the chassis. Yeah.
Hey, you will be a lot better when you get a new chassis, because this was pretty bent from Colin. You know, he's lucky he left Digicel.
Good to it, but then it just turned out the last minute breakdown that kept you off.
Welcome back to the Moni Plus Go-Kart Championship. Race 3 has Dan Geoghegan of SBS Electrical on P1, Christian of On-Track Racing on P2. Dan took an early lead with Chris in hot pursuit. As the battle for first and second unfolds, the middle order is also battling out. A nasty crash involving Andy, Steve and Clint. Steve, not happy, is visibly seen shaking his head. Only he knows what's being said under the visor. The battle for third is truly between Christy Holman, Leon Nguyen, Andy Butler and Jess Geoghegan. The patience paid off for Chris as he took over Dan to take P1. Dan settled for second, Christy for third.
At the end I got a bit lucky, I think. We had a good battle, Dan and I. So Dan started P1 for the final race and I started P2, but Yeah, we had a good battle, and I was able to, I think halfway through the race or towards maybe 5 laps to go or something like that. Oh, I can't remember now. 7 laps or something left to go, and I overtook him. So we had a good battle. My tires started to grip around lap 3, and I got some good grip, and I was able to catch up because he took off at the beginning. He had a good start, and he was way ahead. He was probably 10 meters ahead. And then every lap I started to catch him when my tires started to warm up, and then eventually I got an opportunity on the back straight section there, and I took the opportunity and got on the inside and overtook him.
I think I just lost concentration, that pressure with Chris. I knew he was right on my tail, and I wasn't concentrating on the track and the corners, and I just got a bit slow, and he just took me. No excuses. There's nothing wrong with the kart, so it was just a bit of a lack of patience really, and focus. Chris ran a really good race, composure as normal, the Mr. Iceman or whatever you call it. He did well and he deserves a win.
Definitely not today.
No, not today, but hey, you win some, you lose some. I still had fun, and I enjoyed the chase. So just made a couple of mistakes. You know, everybody has a bad day, but yeah, just push a little bit hard and spin out, and you know, mutter under your breath, and then chase everybody as fast as you can.
Yeah, so yeah, it was a tale of thirds today. So my first one, I had a big crash with my teammate, and I got T-boned, and then the car wouldn't start. Then we got the second race, and then I had a problem with my carburetor, and it kept conking out. So then the third race, I've got my best time all season and managed to finish. So happy with that.
Born, the nurses all gathered round, and they gazed in wide wonder at the joy they had found. The head nurse spoke up, said, "Leave this one alone." She could tell right away that I was bad to the bone, bad to the bone, bad to the bone.
After round 4 in the ladies Moni Plus Kart Championship Seas, Christy Holman of Mountain Dew On-Track Racing is leading with 135 points, Kiara Fry of SBS Racing with 96 points, and Jess Geoghegan of SBS Racing with 63 points. In the men's after round 4, Chris Chan of On-Track Racing is leading with 92 championship points, Dan Geoghegan of SBS Racing with 85 points, Steve Brute of Newford Racing dropped 2 notches down from 1st to 3rd, Leon Nguyen of RLK and Boo Racing on 4th with 65 points, and rounding the top 5 is Clint Assam of Digital Racing with 37 points. Special thank you to our sponsors Moni Plus, Heineken and FedEx for your great support. Until next time, happy racing!